What's a secret from your profession that everyone should probably know? As a teacher, we love students who engage during lessons. Any answer, correct or not, is better than silence. And if we see somebody is trying, it's much harder for us to fail them. If you ever want to pass a difficult subject at school, just come to class, stay active, answer questions. Major financial institutions are held up by a very old version of Excel, and 2 billion lines of Fortran code that has not been documented nor revised since 1974. I converted an internship to full-time role at my first job because I learned how to automate a lot of basic Excel work using VBA and Python. 6 years since I left that job, and they still use the programs I put in place, though they now have a couple of engineers to develop it more. Still in the industry, and every new place I go to work, this is the quickest way to make myself valuable to the organization. I work in prison and see a lot of people sentenced for causing a death or serious injury while driving drunk, who otherwise don't have a remarkable criminal background. You think of prison and you think drugs, violent crimes, etc. But this is one of those crimes that can take you from being an average Joe to a felon in an instant. So, not a secret, but don't drink and drive. Or text and drive. I work in a prison, and we have a guy in for one punch kill. No other criminal record. He was out and his best friend got into a fight. He tried to stop his friend, who turned round and started swinging punches at him instead. He hit once in self-defense, his best friend fell back and hit his head. Instantly dead. Such a tragic situation. Edit, as a lot of people are asking the same questions. The guy is in for manslaughter, everything was caught on camera, and this is in the United Kingdom. Working in behavioral health taught me that if someone grabs and starts choking your neck, all you have to do is grab their thumbs and twist them back. The person will release and you can basically control them just with the thumbs. If someone or something bites you, then you feed the bite. Push the limb they are biting farther into their mouth, will hit the gag reflex and they will stop biting. Also, that human bite wounds tend to be way nastier than that of any animal. On a good note, the secret I'd like people to know is that anesthesia as a field is incredibly safe. We get super sick patients through surgery every day. Young, healthy people, you'd almost have to try to make something go wrong to have a bad outcome. The drugs and safety monitors are so much better than 20 years ago. We are really good at putting people to sleep and waking them up. You are safer in the operating room than you are on the road driving to the operating room. Statistically, I had hernia surgery earlier in the year, and the anesthetic made me feel like I'd been teleported. There was no sensation of going under and coming to. It was just one moment chatting to the nurse and anesthetist, then bam, recovery ward, chatting to a different nurse. So instantaneous, I didn't even register, it was a different person for a couple sentences. Librarian here. If you come in to talk to us about book damage or call to give us a heads up that it's being returned damage, we will be a lot more amenable to working with you about forgiving damage fines than if you return it and hope we don't notice. And no, it was not like that when I checked it out. It's still wet, half of the cover is chewed off, there are a few cigarette burns, and you left a slice of bologna in the front cover. I promise you we would have noticed. Pilot here. We're not flying the airplane unless we know it's safe. Not ever. Ever. We're not interested in dying either. Passenger who's had pilots take us off a plane because something was wrong. Thank you. Bonus points for a simple explanation of the delay or change. A sensor doesn't seem to be triggering right, but we're going to have the mechanics look at it and get you on a different plane in the meantime. Goes a long way. You know how in movies people take out an old, rare book and immediately are wearing gloves to handle it? You don't actually need gloves to handle old books in rare special collections. Having freshly washed, dried hands is best practice. Why? Because when you wear gloves, it's more likely you may accidentally rip a page because you can't feel them as well as you can with bare hands. The only time we wear gloves is when handling artifacts, moldy items, poison books, arsenical usually. Check out the Winterthur Poison Book Project. And photographs. And they are not the cotton white gloves you see in media. Just a pair of nitrile gloves that fit well. Also, your old Bible is not as rare as you think it is, nor worth as much as you think it is. Same for your book collection. You'd be surprised how many people think the Bible they have is super rare when it's really not. The Bible is like the most printed book. We have hundreds of Bibles in our collections. Stop giving us Bibles. Same for your book collection. We moved last year and I broke my dad's heart. He had been collecting fancy books for a long while and was so happy of his collection. When we're talking about moving, he thought about finally selling his collection. I pointed out how all of them had the words Reader's Digest in on the cover or title page, and he didn't understand until I told him that they were all mass-produced and weren't worth much of anything. Showing him a few listings on eBay only made it sink in more how much he had whiffed on his little investment. I work at a vet clinic, and I got a few. Yes, your dog or cat needs the rabies vaccine. Rabies is transmissible to humans, and it's deadly. Yes, your pet can have fleas, even if they never go outside, or if your yard is fenced in, or if you live in a gated community. Fleas have no concept of property lines. Your local veterinarian is not always the best place to take the turtle you found on the side of the road. Many vet clinics don't see wildlife, and many don't see reptiles at all. Document everything. Don't rely on verbal recounting when you go to management at work. Document it, print it, and bring it with you. Just saying that you have documented something, especially when it's multiple things that all point to an issue, management is going to be a lot more cooperative. Sometimes because it shows initiative, calm consideration, and intelligence, but more often because you have the start of a legal case if things go poorly. Thank you very much for watching this video. Write your thoughts in the comments under this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for new videos in the future.